Welcome back. Welcome back. Canine Life Podcast, hosted by myself, Soul Touch the Poet, and my man.
So Lex.
Definitely hit us up. Email KINGANDEYE369@gmail.com. Follow us on your preferred podcast platform, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Patreon coming up. We've got merch coming up, but we're going to jump back into this topic of is monogamy dead? But all the money that he getting can't help him know what he knowing, and they thinking they can save him, but he hurting his. Now, before we broke, you was talking about the woman on the show who had the husband who was sickly and she was on the show looking for another dude. Let me see. There was a black couple. Let me see if I can find it right quick. I can't find it. But in any case, so the wife, she's passed away now, but her and her husband, they had been together for a while, and she was sick. I think she had some type of cancer or whatever the case may be. He had another woman who he was preparing to be with. The wife knew about it. And apparently that's something that they, agreed upon or whatever the case may be. And a lot of people was up in arms about it because they was like, oh, that's messed up, or that's, that was her friend, or whatever the dynamic was. But at the end of the day, they knew she was dying. And I guess she wanted him to be happy. So, that type of thing right there, when things like that happen, it is what it is. She could no longer take care of him like that. Ironically, both him and the other woman were taking care of her until she passed.
Wow, that's deep.
So, I mean, it is what it is when it comes to that. But, you got to understand what you're dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, in a situation like that, I could definitely see the person who know, their time is near, loving their mate enough to know that, hey, I can't do that for you, but I know that my friend, and I'm sure they were friends for. Well, I can't speculate like that, but I would assume they've been friends for a while. For her to be willing to give her friend and her husband permission to take care of their needs, as they say. That to me represents true love. Because not a lot of people, with their ego would be willing to do that. Their ego be telling them, no, you better not cheat on me.
Right.
Even though I can't take care of your needs, in that capacity, you better wait until I pass on. And I think they really don't get it, man. Like, tomorrow's not promised to anyone.
Right, it's not.
So if you're in a situation like that and you're basically telling your mate, hey, you have my blessings, I just want you to be happy, my time is near. I would love to see you happy before I leave. Like, that's some deep shit right there.
Yeah, it is. It is real. But
there, like, wait, anytime you're dealing with a relationship that you have factors like that going on, it's pretty much no one else's business. And again, I'm sure they were judged by that, saying that he was wrong, or the friend was wrong. But if you have the mate's permission or the mate's blessings, how is that wrong?
Right.
So let that takes us off in the direction of, do you think it's cheating when both people agree or been married or in a relationship so long that they're like, you know what, we've had our fun together, let's open a relationship?
If that's what they both agree on and they are fully committed to that idea, no. That's what they choose. You know, a lot of us out here in the world, or a lot of people out in the world who criticize that or whatever the case may be, first check the skeletons in your closet and stop throwing rocks if you live in a glass house, first and foremost. But if again, that goes back to that marriage fatigue. If you have outgrown that person and you know y'all get along, your relationship is great, but y'all are flowing in different directions, you know, as we spoke about with the married living in separate places, if
Mm-hmm.
that's what y'all agree on, then that's what y'all agree on. Who we can't, well, I can't call that cheating. You know, you're not sneaking around doing anything. You're not doing anything that your spouse doesn't know about. She or he may not want to know the details, but y'all have to understand that hey, you do you, you do you. You know, we come home, we come home. If not, you know, just let me know you're all right out there in the streets, whatever you're doing. So I mean, nah, it's not. I don't think it's considered cheating.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I knew, like, where in the hell did the term cheating come from? Like, I've always heard that as a kid growing up, but I have no
Mm.
idea where in the hell the term cheating comes from. Because I'm like, how in the hell is it cheating? How are you cheating? Because you're getting some other sex on the side? You're getting ahead. How in the hell are you getting ahead?
Um, I think people say that the other person is cheating and getting ahead because they're being left behind. Um, and it's done without consent and knowledge. It's done out of spite. It's done in secrecy, covertly, and all those other things. So I think when it's done like that, of course, that person is going to feel like, you know, you're doing them wrong. And to me, that's understandable. Um, you know how how can you sit there and look someone in the face and think they should be all right with you, you know, doing what you do behind their back and them not knowing. They may have an idea that you're doing it, but if you don't sit them down and say, hey, this is where I'm at, we need to have a discussion, you know, how are we going to do this, or how are we not going to do this, or whatever the case may be. But if you don't have that conversation and this person happens to see you or find something or whatever the case may be, they're going to be hurt. Um, I think those of us who have that done to us and we're not hurt, that kind of speaks a lot about where we are in life. We could be to the point where I, if you do it, you do it because you're growing and I can't stop you. Um, if you do it, I don't care if you do it. Um, you know, it's a number of reasons out there. But, you know, people who go out and do these things, they can't get mad at the other person or whatever, because at the end of the day, if you hurt that person's feelings, you hurt that person's feelings. Um, I think sometimes it's better to hurt their feelings with the truth by coming to them first, as opposed to them stumbling across, so they don't feel cheated, so they don't feel slighted, so they don't feel. And you also have to factor in um, people's egos, people's feelings and stuff. You know, you do that to somebody, they might not feel like they're good enough. You know, hey, you know, just 2 days ago you were smiling in my face talking about how much you love me, care for me, this, that, and other, and here it is. I found out that you got somebody else on the side. Now I'm feeling like I ain't shit. So, I mean, that's just my take on that.
I get it. My thing is this, right? Um, when it comes down to relationships, I totally agree that, you know, if you're feeling some type of way, that you should talk to your mate, about what you're experiencing or what you're feeling. Um, do I think cheating will ever stop? Hell no.
No, it's not gonna stop.
Mm. I think that sometimes people are too afraid to let go, even though they've already let go.
Mm-hmm.
So they oftentimes find themselves in a situation where they're still in a relationship, but again, they're not getting what they feel they want out of the relationship. So
Right.
that's when they turn to outsourcing.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much
Meaning finding someone else that can give them,
what they craving,
yeah,
what they
you
desire,
know,
what they expected from that person.
yep. And the thing about it, the person that's being cheated on, um, not putting the blame on them,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end of the day, when you uh, find your mate getting some outside loving, and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, only thing I'm gonna say is don't be surprised.
Mm. Yes.
Because
Yep.
at the end of the day, if they've sat you down and they're telling you, hey, this is what I need, how do I provide what you need? So we're both equally getting what we need.
Mm-hmm.
But when you find one person again doing more than the other person, and it keeps going on and on and on, at some point, when the other person is no longer checking for you like that,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot be surprised with human nature.
Right. True that. That's it in a nutshell.
For sure.
That is it.
But I feel bad when, people find themselves in that situation. Hell, I found myself in that situation.
Yeah, been there too.
Um, but I will say for me, it had to do with some childhood BS I was going through. Um, and not making any excuse. I did what I did. I take full responsibility for it. Um, but as an adult, people are gonna do whatever it is they want to do.
Pretty
You
much.
can't stop them. You can't control them. You don't own them.
Mm-mm.
I don't give a damn if you are married to them. You don't own them.
You damn sure don't.
Y'all just agreed to spend the rest of your life together.
Or a period of time together, whatever the case may
Yeah,
be.
and that's one of the things now that's a big thing. I mean, the divorce rate in this country and around the world is through the freaking roof.
Yeah.
Let's just be real about it. It's through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Again, we live in a different age now,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
monogamy is kind of like you see that bitch in the rear view mirror to a certain
Mhm.
extent.
You know, we
Like,
got we got access to excess, and I think with that being said, things come so easy, and we want it so easy, we want it so fast, and it's so readily available that that's where our heads are at these days. So I can't comfortably say, people don't want tradition or don't want this, that, and the other. It's just that things come so damn easy. Um, like on one of the topics that we got coming up when we talk about women being sexualized, but they're doing all the the social media challenges. That's a part of it. You got women just throwing themselves more than men throwing themselves out there, and they're showing you damn near everything, and you creating these massive desires and blah blah blah. And the crazy thing is, a person cannot be cheating. They could just be like salivating over what they see on social media, and that other person is just like, yo, what's going on? Like, I'm here, but your brain is all on these Instagram and TikTok chicks and this, that, and the other. And it's like when and then the sexualization on TV and, all this, that, and the other, your mind is not really focused. Some people's minds cannot focus on what they have at home and those uh, electronic vices, you know. So that also plays a part in it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you find, a couple where one person is not being sexually satisfied, they turn to porn.
Yeah.
They turn to fucking porn.
Mm-hmm.
And in their mind, that's what they start looking for in reality.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I need to make me feel good. You gotta do it
Mm-hmm.
like this and spit on it and all that stuff like that.
Yeah, and you know damn well most people are not getting that at home, and then
Hell no.
you got to look at these women might want these dudes with these 12-inch pipes, and damn well
Hell yeah.
you sitting at an easy 8-9, you ain't no chump, but you ain't got
I know
nothing
it.
compared to that.
Hell no, you ain't fucking them damn 12 inches.
Yeah, I thought you was good with my 8, no, my 7, 8, 9 inches. Like I look like a punk
Okay.
compared to that, and that's what
All
you
right.
fantasizing about. It's like I can't do nothing for your imagination with what I'm working with. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
hell no. I can't compete with that shit.
I can't compete. I'm not even going. You know what? I'm gonna take my hat off to that. And go ahead, do you, boo.
Oh yeah, but they get so involved in the damn porn that they want you to be that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like you open up the door for them to go that direction
Mm-hmm.
because you fail to keep your end of the bargain, which is not only am I gonna, treat you the best I can, I'm gonna make sure I have your back, but sexually, I'm gonna take care of all your needs,
Yeah,
not just some of them, but all of them.
gotta take care of home.
And I think that again, some people they just fail to realize when you get married or you get involved in a relationship, you're basically signing up for that shit. You're
Yeah,
saying, I got all of your needs, not just some of them.
man.
So
Whew.
that some is gonna fuck around and get your ass looking
Mm-hmm.
real crazy because
All the way crazy,
they need all.
all of it.
And
Don't
again,
short me on my shit. Let me get
yeah,
mine.
hell yeah. And again, I'm not just talking about women, I'm talking about men and women.
Yep.
I know a lot of females that will hear this, they're like, oh, you just talking about women. No, no, I'm
Mm.
talking about men and women.
Yep.
So
Pretty
that's
much.
one thing I've learned is that what you won't do, the next man will do.
They sure will.
So anytime your woman is saying, hey, I need a pipe, hey, your ass, your soldier better stand at attention.
Oh, your mouth better be there.
Okay, you better do something. He'll break out the
Mm.
goddamn doors or something.
Better put
But
that work in.
that's it. But monogamy, it's hard to say where that actual whole situation is heading in this day and age.
Yeah.
I think that it's not heading in the direction that most people would want it to. Because if you
Uh-huh.
look at the marriage rate, even the marriage rate in this country is way the fuck down.
Yeah.
Way down.
And it doesn't help that we was going through this pandemic nonsense.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
the whole dating culture has changed. Like from being on the internet, that has gone through the roof.
it damn sure has.
Everybody looking for love on the damn internet now.
Man. Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
feel like the best way to actually meet someone to me is just in person.
mhm.
Like you have a better idea of what it is and who it is you're dealing with in person than these pictures from damn 12 years ago and shit.
Mhm.
Your ass fuck around get catfished and shit.
Yeah, and that's another problem. Jokers out here catfishing. It's like, yo, I'm out here trying to blah blah blah, and I got straight fucking hooked on a rusty hook, straight rusty, like wow.
Like you definitely think that you get one thing and you're getting another.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's crazy how some people actually pose as one thing, meaning they could be a damn man posing as a woman.
Oh my God,
And
that
it's
kills
like,
me.
dude, what the
And not to
why
even
would you do that?
not even to turn the conversation into that, but that is another thing that kills to me kills monogamy, because it's like I don't even know what I'm getting dealing with you. Like not that you are uh transgender or anything like that. It's just that I just don't know what I'm getting mentally. And it's like I don't
Yeah.
have the energy to deal with that.
Mm-mm. No. I mean, I've seen situations. I can't say I've seen it in person, but I've seen situations on the internet where a guy will be with a female, and then, they've been dating for a certain amount of time. Then the next thing you know, this female has a penis,
Man,
and the
look,
guy freaks out.
look, I don't know how on earth that happens.
I don't
There is no way we gonna be dating for 6, 7, 8, 9 months, and I don't know what you got down there. That's just
Mm-mm.
not gonna happen. I'm sorry, it's
No.
not gonna happen that way. And
Mm-mm.
I be like they used to be on like Jerry Springer and all this other type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, well, how didn't
Yep.
you not know? Every time we did it, the lights was off, and they wouldn't let me do this, let me do that. I'm like, what the? Are you serious right now? No, I need to see. Look, for especially our first time, I'm not going. We're not going to be doing nothing in the dark, like
Okay.
without me knowing, what you built with. Like, get out of here.
I
That's
just
crazy.
And again, please don't think that we're bashing transgender. Not at all. It is what it is. Um, but to see so many celebrities now who are getting caught up, as they say, in these closet relationship with transgender women is I don't know. It's weird
Very weird.
because you would think that these people who portray that they are only into women, but then you come out and find out that they're into transgender women is I don't know. I think it's kind of like a shock for some people.
But I mean, I know we kind of getting off topic with that, but
Yeah.
I think if you, for whatever reason, get caught up out there with that, that's where you want it to be. Um, Not only that, another thing is if you get caught up out there like that, and for whatever reason, you better know who you're dealing with, because if you as a man or a woman approach somebody that's has that type of lifestyle going on, and you need to get to know them before you have them on your arm courting them everywhere, because my thing is this: if whatever goes on behind closed doors, keep it behind closed doors. Why are you airing the person out like that?
Yep.
Shaming them and this, that, and the other. People, you gotta check people's what they're comfortable with, and before you start running off at the mouth trying to make them look bad and shaming them and this, that, and the other. Because at the end of the day, what are you doing it for? I mean,
Exactly. I mean, again, my thing is this, right? Um, if you know that you are a transgender um, person, but you're portraying that you're all woman, and then this person finds out that you're not. I mean, think of the mental um, impact that has on them.
mm-hmm,
Because at that particular point, they may have already fallen in love with you,
mm-hmm,
and they are totally misguided at that point.
mm-hmm.
Um, so, only thing I would say is, if whatever you are, be that. but let the other person know what it
Yeah.
is that you are.
Mm-hmm.
Don't keep it a secret from them. I mean, that's not only morally wrong, but
It's just
mentally
it's
that's
just
so
wrong,
wrong.
man. It's just
Um,
wrong.
but again, if that's what a man's into or a woman's into or however you want to do it,
That flow
again,
should
don't
love
think we're bashing you. No, not at all. Do your thing. But we're just saying be honest and upfront about it and stop putting these damn people on full blast when they don't do what it is that you think they should be doing
man.
for you.
I had one come at me like that like 3 years ago and shit, man. I was in this Facebook group and this joker was coming at me. I was like, oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. This joker hit me up and was like, I gotta tell you something. I was like, what's up? I'm a man going through the process. I was like, yo, I can't fuck with you like that. I can't. And let me tell you, this joker was persistent in trying to get me to consider. Like before the person told me that, we was talking about me coming out to visit, whatever the case may be. And then after I was told that, I was like, nah, I can't. We could chat back and forth, but as far as all that stuff, no. And this joker was really trying to sell it like a used car salesman. And I was like, I'm like, you really, and I'm saying to myself, are you really like trying to convince me that nothing's wrong with it? Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it for those who are into that. But for me, I'm like, you got the same thing I got. What are we doing? Like, no. I, I can't even put into words my flabbergastism. That's the new word, flabbergastism. Because I'm like, no, no, you're a man. Don't tell me you're a woman. You're a man. You were born with the same thing as me. Joker had the hair, the breast, and I'm like, yo. And dudes,
Wow. I would be totally lying if I said that I had never been catfished before. I've totally been fucking catfished before. And it's funny because I thought it was a girl.
mm,
And then he came out and said, hey, before we meet, this is what it is. And I was like, no. He tried to do the same goddamn thing. He tried to convince me.
yo, I told this
And I was
person,
like, totally blocked the shit out of his ass.
I said it had. I came out to meet you, and you told me this. I would have fucked you up. Why? Why? Like, cause you can't spring some shit out on a person like that. That's like you walking down the street, somebody jump out the bush and like rah. The first thing you're gonna do is punch because it's like you caught me off guard.
Yep.
Look, when it comes down to it,
Right.
monogamy, you have to present yourself to another person, and that person has to be receptive to whatever it is you are coming with. You need to be mentally, physically, emotionally, and in a lot of cases, financially prepared. You have to be able to deal with the good, the bad, the ugly. You have to recognize monogamy and relationship and that person fatigue. You have to recognize all those things because all of those things play a factor in having a successful monogamous relationship. I'm not going to say monogamy is dead. I'll just say the way that times are, it's making it difficult for monogamous relationships to be prevalent because as our man was saying, them tax brackets, when you get inside a certain tax bracket and, you have a person who's in a lower tax bracket, the mentalities are totally different. I can say, you know, in my tax bracket, dealing with somebody in a certain lower tax bracket, there's a lot of things that they may do along with their age, their personality, and how they go about themselves is going to be eternal. And I'm not going to look for a monogamous relationship with that person, because it's like, we're not thinking the same way. Like, because like my activities, my life activities are in such a manner where I'm not going to do anything that's going to cost me my job. Now, there are certain people who are in lower tax brackets who don't have that mentality. Just like for me, I'm like, certain females, if you smoke weed, I can't fuck with you, because if you smoke weed and you are in a certain tax bracket and you work in a certain field, you have no fear of losing your job, and you're comfortable in your job because you are not likely to get drug tested. That means to me, you have no desire to you have no desire to excel and grow and do other things. um, and you know, people may call me petty or whatever the case may be, but I'm looking at it like this: I am in a certain tax bracket to where if I smoke weed or do something reckless like that, I lose my livelihood. And I can't readily go out and jump and get another job that's making that type of money if I'm doing those reckless things. Whereas this other person, they don't have that type of responsibility. They're comfortable where they are. And it's like, if you're comfortable where you are with that, that means there's no balance. That seesaw balance is crazy. And I'm not gonna be sitting on the seesaw holding you way the hell up there, because you just have no type of responsibilities, and you have to take that into consideration. Nobody wants a liability when they're looking for a monogamous relationship.
True that. I'll say for me though, I get why monogamy is dead.
Mm-hmm.
What me hoping and wishing that it wasn't like that is not gonna fucking change it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna say, for this generation that we're living in now, or these times that we're living in now, I definitely see why it's going in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
I think that again, people to a certain degree, they want somebody to love them.
Mm-hmm.
But they have to realize and understand what all comes along with that. If you say you want to be monogamous or to be in a monogamous relationship, then you have to definitely consider all of your mate's needs and not just some of them, some of the
Definitely.
time when you feel like
Definitely.
it.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. Definitely.
So again, I will say monogamy is a concept that was strong at one point,
Mm-hmm.
but it's slowly fading into the rearview mirror.
It's just what it
And
is.
yep, and I'll leave it at that.
That being said, that is our topic. Um, is monogamy dead? I don't know. Hey, Soul Touch the Poet here with my man,
Sounds
Sunso
so
Lex.
Lex.
We're gonna rock out with my man Half Deezy. If you don't know, he did the Soldier Boy disc about 9 years ago. Hopefully, we're gonna hit him on the show soon. Follow us on your preferred podcast platform: Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Patreon. And as Sun Solex says, hit that email at what? Go ahead and drop it on them.
Hit us at that KINGANDEYE369 at gmail.com. Again, that's King and I 369 at gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And again, this platform is for everybody. So if you want to come on, or if there's a topic you want to discuss, hit us up.
Hit us
real,
up, man.
like,
hit us up.
We regular people. We ain't celebrities.
Nah.
Not yet, but
Yeah.
you know. I'm just joking. Just joking.
But
We
yeah,
people too. So
thanks for
anyway,
joining
just hit
us.
us up.
Look for us next time. Look for them live streams on Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
For
King and I
sure.
Life podcast, and we out.
Definitely.
Got him.